Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I wanted to shoot a quick video to try to address the issue of codependency, to encourage you in your life if you're going through that situation. I want to share with you the fact that probably, I'd say over 25 years ago, I was in a relationship that was very codependent. And I know how I lived my life was based on the coping mechanisms that I addressed in my childhood, that I learned there, and how to live. Grew up in an alcoholic home, and a lot of shame was put on me by the person who was the alcoholic in the home. It was almost like it was my fault that they were like they were, and had a difficult time most of my life accepting myself. Didn't really know who I was. I'd lost myself in that, also due to some sexual abuse. And as I grew up, I wanted nothing more than to have a relationship with someone and to have love and to be accepted and have a family. But what I ended up doing is marrying someone that would really propagate the whole system over again and would treat me the way I was treated growing up. It's hard to believe that I was young once, being 62 now, but I was. And really, I'm doing this video to try to help somebody who might be going through these kinds of things, you young folks, even older folks in your life. But codependency is very hideous in nature. You don't know you're doing it. You walk around with shame most of your life, and very shame-based situation, and almost a feeling like something's inherently, not that you did something wrong, but that you are wrong. And so I lived most of my life, up to probably the age of 40 or 45, trying to please other people, trying to succeed, trying to be what I thought other people would want me to be in order for me to be okay. And one of the greatest characteristics of codependency I found, as looking back on it, after going through, years ago, a lot of counseling and so forth, and trying to learn about myself, was that my whole acceptance and my whole being was based upon performance. And if I acted or behaved in a certain way for around certain people, then they could accept me. And if I didn't, they were going to try to control and manipulate me with their approval of me. And so my wanting to be approved of was a large part of my codependency and how I acted. I walked on eggshells in my home for years because I didn't want to upset the other person, and really I took on the other person's feelings. That's also what codependency is all about. And so until I left that situation over 20 years ago, I wasn't able to find really any peace in a relationship. Matter of fact, it even carried over into the church that I was a part of, and that's, of course, the kind of church I would probably feel most comfortable in. Being codependent is one that was very legalistic and based on law and performance. And as long as I was able to live up to that, I was okay. And guess what? We as human beings don't live up to that. And so as soon as you don't, you're not accepted anymore. And I would encourage you, if you're living like that, you don't have to. There is a better way to live. And, I had to leave the relationship to find who I was. And I had to begin to surround myself and to put in my life the things that I enjoyed and the things that I love to do in order to find peace. And little by little, a lot of journaling, writing about my past and feelings of the sexual abuse and the alcoholism in the home, and sitting and just kind of meditating over a period of time. And I did go to some counseling, went to a lot of counseling as a matter of fact, but through it all, healing began to take place. And later in my life, I met a woman over 20 years ago that loved me unconditionally, and I really found that hard to accept. Matter of fact, I almost left that relationship because I knew everything I ever loved, because my parents died when I was young, they'd eventually go away, or they'd find out about me and they wouldn't love me. And so I almost ran away from that relationship, and thank God that I didn't, and today I'm still in it, and I have a wonderful relationship. So my message to you is there is life after codependent relationships, and there can be a good life. And today I'm a living example of that. So I'm probably going to shoot some more videos along these lines. If you want to plug into my blog, I'm calling it A Better Way to Live, and it's abetterwaytolive.org. And you're certainly welcome to do that, and I'll be addressing these issues from time to time. Later on, I went to school. Matter of fact, I was 57 when I started the master's and then the doctorate in Christian counseling. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm just telling you about what it was like for me and what happened and what it's like now, and there is hope. And you don't have to live your life for somebody else and make the decisions based on what somebody else wants. So I'm going to wish you the best, and stay plugged in, and I'll try to offer some more hope to you down the road.